Hey, what's up, everybody? So I wanted to do a quick little breakdown of that Final Fantasy XVI trailer that we got today at the PlayStation reveal event. I will say real quick, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you coming by. Click subscribe if you dig the stuff. Throw a like on the video. I really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the trailer again and just kind of see some things. Then I'm going to go back and basically just piece through it and just kind of point out some things that I caught. And maybe we'll catch some things together as we're watching it here again. So this will probably be the fourth time I've watched it. So I'm going to go through it again here and we will give it another look. The game looks so good.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant. How do we even know the girl will be among them?
So like the dominant, right? I think of the dominant means like the summoner or the person that... I can't really tell if the person becomes the summon, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to put together this time as we run through it. So we saw the Titan, we've seen Shiva, we saw Phoenix, we saw Ifrit. So let's keep it rolling.
Our kind do not question orders.
So this is some kind of like mercenary band or brotherhood or something like that with these same matching tattoos.
Let's summon their icon. Icon?
Yeah, not summons, they're called icons. Yeah, so there's the dominant summon icons or something, I guess. So
King's a bloody mountain.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of...
I love the way this little kingdom town looks. It doesn't look... It's not like a big kingdom, right? It's like a small... It reminds me of Season 1 Game of Thrones with the Starks. I forget the name of the town. It's escaping me off the top of my head. But that's kind of what this part right here reminds me of. It's like a small kingdom or whatever, but it's more like a fief lord or something like that. And our main character here is like the guardian for this kid Joshua.
Of doors. We have discussed this.
Right here, he's kind of showing his power. I think he's healing. I think our main character has busted his hand or something, and then Joshua is like healing his hand. Seems like a sweet kid too, right? Seems like a very sweet kid. So,
Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I've sworn.
and the chocobos look so cool. They look so cool. Combat here, like, so what I'm seeing is the main character has this like gauntlet, right? He's got this gauntlet right here. His left arm's got this gauntlet. This blue fire comes off of. I think that's kind of how he triggers his powers. That's all. He always fires with that left hand, so I think that's what he gets his abilities from.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
See right there, with he's shooting the Marlboro with his left hand. That's what the spells come out of. Or maybe he's just left-handed with magic. Maybe there's no gauntlet there. But this kind of seems like almost like reusing the same Marlboro asset from Final Fantasy VII Remake when you fight the Marlboro in the Shinra HQ kind of simulator. Maybe a little bit different, but this is not the finished version of the game by any means. This thing is going to look so sweet and so polished by the time this thing comes out.
What does it matter?
And the teleporting is so dope. I don't know how this is going to work in gameplay or how it's going to roll, but I'm really excited for that.
It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Such a cool shot right there.
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of...
And they talk about the crystals a lot, right? That's a very old Final Fantasy thing, like from the first few Final Fantasies. They kind of get away from it the further they get down the line. But originally, that was a big part of Final Fantasy lore, is the will of the crystals.
Rid of the blight.
A lot of intrigue set up already. And this fight right here. So right here, if you notice right there, like this wing right here, that's like a phoenix wing, right? We've seen the phoenix, right? And you'll see later on in the trailer, like he does this, like these big arms, like this punch or whatever. And there was another one, I think. So the phoenix wing. So I think this guy, your main guy here, he's teleporting around.
Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
The Chimera, that's a great looking shot of the Chimera. Some kind of big goblin lord. That guy just lost his head. That guy just lost his head right there. And poor little Joshua had to see it. I think this is something like their castle town is being invaded. Like their small little fief or whatever. I think it's being invaded right here. Right there we see the Phoenix Wing again. He's fighting, looks like. This is the older version of the character right here, because you can see the tattoo on his face. He's got the straggly, little longer hair. This is the older version of the character right here.
It's the Archdukes.
There's the big fists. And again, this is the older version of the character, so I think this is after that, something with that Rock Titan fight. I think after he probably fights different Aeons and like gets kind of, or not Aeons, I'm thinking Final Fantasy X. He fights different summons and can get their abilities maybe. Maybe that's what's going on here.
Son. Phoenix. Stop this!
Now that is the guy, I think that's the guy yelling to Joshua. I don't know. I guess Joshua's the Phoenix. And this right here is something that awakens and becomes Ifrit. That's some kind of dominant that awakens, right? And the summons, well, they're called icons. And then,
That's impossible.
and like awakens Ifrit here. And if Joshua summons the icon Phoenix, then he is battling Ifrit here. Right? I love the shots of the giants and everything there.
Enough.
That was Ifrit fighting Phoenix. And you can hear the main character yelling, screaming, Joshua, wake up. I'll run it back right there. And Ifrit's tearing something up right here. I think our little Joshua loses this fight. I think that's what's going on here. You hear that? And then this is Ifrit killing Phoenix or whatever and beating Phoenix or Joshua.
I'll kill you.
And
If it's the last thing I do.
this is our main character swearing vengeance against Ifrit. I think that little kid gets killed, maybe trying to protect him and protect the other people in the kingdom, right? Or in the little town or whatever. So I think that is kind of what's going on plot-wise here in the game. And even the Amano artwork here, you've got the Phoenix battling Ifrit down here. And that is the what gets the ball rolling for the story. So, but I'm going to run it back just a couple things here real quick.
Bloody mountain.
Shiva looks cool. I love this take on Shiva, and I love all the Yoshitaka Amano artwork. Look at all the ornate designs here. on her crown, on her like the trimming, the little pieces of the ornaments and stuff she's wearing. There is so much Amano artwork in this. It feels so good. I love it. Y'all know Final Fantasy Vampire Hunter D. I'm a huge Amano fan. He's one of my artistic idols. Love it. And his artwork is all over this game.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
And already, I love what they've done with the characters, showing the interactions with the characters and things in the game. I feel like this story is going to have a complex cast of characters. I feel like all the characters are going to be very, very relatable. The combat looks dope, the teleporting, and the violence. Look at all of the blood in this game. This is going to be the bloodiest Final Fantasy game they've ever made. It is a very, very bloody game. They don't shy away from it in the trailer. They show it off. Like, especially like in the big fight scenes, there's blood all over the place. Right here, this goblin's getting gutted.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword?
The political intrigue stuff. It's got a lot of like Nordic influence. There's a whole lot of Nordic influence in like the architecture and the artwork in this. It's beautiful. I love it.
What does it matter?
Not sure how the teleporting and the spells and the magic and everything's going to work just yet. And I love that shot right there. Well, that shot's cool too. And again, look, this is a very Amano looking design. Look at his eyes right here, and all the little ornate like stuff on his head, and like it's like a mouth inside of a mouth. He's got this armor or whatever. It almost looks very berserk, right? It's very Kentaro Miura right here. I love that look. And this, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of some of the old Final Fantasy 4 or 5 designs, especially the one for like. I want to say it was Titan. It was one of the summons from 4 or 5. This really, the artwork is really amazing. And it really does throw back to some of those old sketches and designs of the old Final Fantasy artwork. But there was this shot right here of the Chocobo. I can't tell. I think that's coming from the Chocobo. Maybe not. Maybe it's a spell flying out from somebody. But at first, it looked to me like it was coming out of the Chocobo's mouth or whatever. And how cool is it that we're getting mounted Chocobo combat? It really feels like the world of kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics, you know? That was one of the other things I want to point this shot out for, because the opening of Final Fantasy Tactics, when Delita and the Knights are on the backs of the Chocobos and they're running through the forest and stuff, this shot right here really reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics. I am not gonna lie, and I loved it. Because what I say in that video last week, I said I want Final Fantasy 16 to be a throwback using like cues from like the older Final Fantasy games, like 4, 5, and even Final Fantasy Tactics. And this right here just made my heart sing. I saw this shot and my heart just started singing. It was so cool. I love it.
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the blight.
The art, the characters look great. This shot, this battle, this fight right here, man. He's already got the Phoenix Wing right there and he's younger. And the teleporting is so good looking.
Do they really mean to invade us?
The Chimera looks awesome. I guess that's some kind of big Goblin King. Like I said, that dude lost this. Look how bloody this game is. Look at this. They are not shying away from the violence. They're not. I love it. There's the older version of him again. He's got the big fists. He's got the Phoenix Wing. This is an odd cut. I think this right here happens before Joshua becomes Phoenix. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, right here with Ifrit awakening.
That's impossible.
Again, look at this. Look at this. It's got Amano's handprint all over it. All over it.
The legacy of the crystals.
The design of Phoenix. God, this is beautiful. This is just beautiful. And the music is off the charts. Got giants, you got goblins. You get the classic monsters like the Marlboro and the Chimera.
Enough.
Right here, that's Ifrit going in on Phoenix. That's him taking him out. And that's our main character. That's our main character screaming for Joshua. Screaming out. He's like in pain. Like he's screaming out in pain.
I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Yep. So we're gonna get a past. We're gonna get like a past, like a prologue. And then we're going to get a time skip to the future. And I think there's going to be some kind of like political implications too, because that kid was somebody, right? Him and his mom, they weren't dressed like nobodies. They were somebody. They're probably not like a queen and son of a king or anything like that, but they're important. I mean, they're noble of some kind, nobility of some kind, and them. I'm assuming that family gets offed, right? Gets wiped out. So this guy's on this quest for vengeance. He's with this ragtag group with these tattoos on their faces, and they're apparently hunting down icons or dominants that summon icons. I guess the dominants are the summoners and the icons are the summons. I guess that's how they're going about it in this. Again, if there's a lot of 14 lore in this, I have not played 14 enough to know anything about it because I just don't have time. So if there's a lot of 14 lore in this, which I feel like there probably is, just please let me know in the comments below. This looks amazing. I just can't get over how good this looks. I'm so excited that they took it back. We're probably a couple years out from getting this, but I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? Depends on how many people are working on it. But I would love to get this game next year. But I think this is probably 2022 because there was a lot of shots in the game that probably need a little polish or whatever. But I'm super excited with what I see so far. Those were just some of the things I took away from it. It really, with the main character and using those different abilities, maybe you have to beat different icons to get those abilities or whatever, but it really felt kind of Devil May Cry, like Dante. You know what I mean? And especially in the first Devil May Cry, when you can get like, you know, the different power ups, like the claws and all that other stuff. So it kind of has that kind of feel to it. But I'm excited. I can't wait. What did you all catch some stuff that I didn't catch? Let me know. Let's talk about it. I've only seen, like I said, the trailer 4 or 5 times. Just my basic go through on what I think, but that's what I think mainly about the story. I love what they're doing with the story. I think it's fantastic. I can't wait to get more. So if y'all dig that, please subscribe to the channel, throw a like on the video. I really appreciate it. You all have a great night. Keep rocking, and I will see you all in the next video.